case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Sleep, work, God damn, that's all found do.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Hurts to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Oh, she good.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Sanders.
Yeah, no, laying down.
Just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Probably get on
it doesn't
some
matter
point
where on the field he is,
yeah.
even down here in the red zone, he is still slippery with the ball in his hands, and he was almost able to work his way into the end zone.
I know.
Instead, they'll have to settle for 1st and goal, but they'll take it.
Most of the day.
They'll try to run with Sanders. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be clear for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
It's been a crazy one right here.
Elliott on for the extra point.
I ain't gonna lie, the past couple of games were crazy.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room.
Well, I
just
done seen some
animated.
strange things that happen since I've been doing these games.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly.
It ain't
you
over
definitely
yet.
want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just
What
right.
it might be, I don't know.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mills.
Oh, it's over now.
And for the 3rd time here in this half,
Oh, it's over now.
intercepted.
Oh, he's still on his
Picked off
feet.
by Avonte Maddox. And the
Lord
Eagles
have
take
mercy.
possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
God.
A chance to really
Now I might be with you on that one. You might have made a bad pick.
Looking to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert. His time.
Oh, he's still trying to get it up.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Damn it. Well, these games here be surprising and not surprising. You don't never know what's how it's going to turn out.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll set up to throw.
Another.
This is caught.
Lord have mercy.
Philadelphia. Miles Sanders on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to
You ain't laugh because you'd have been a loss that right there.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Damn it, boy. You turn the points around, they tied up.
Elliott now to add the extra point.
I don't think so. I don't know, man.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later.
You might be right because you got your first win. Nah, you lost. Oh, your team lost 14-36. But you were running pretty good, though. You were holding your team up, but y'all lost. Yep, you was the first game. Well, San Fran was the first game. So I think you don't think it's a glitch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
They're going to have to pull a cat out their hat, boy.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. Mitchell has it on the slant. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Rabbit out their hat.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing, Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
He definitely got a lot of time to hold that ball, though.
2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Well, they need this, boy. He hung one in the air, so he could do it now.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Mills again.
Well,
That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I thought it looked like they ain't had no more timeout.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone.
Looked like it's trying to say like he could have ran it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
Hurts trash.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Hers was a little sus at the beginning though.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 27. He'll start by handing this off to Mack. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
And now you have to wonder,
they got a fake nerve run out here.
What time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mills to throw it. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Mills. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
What they don't need is an
So
interception.
from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw is Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
For one
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Big boy out of there. Big boy gone. Bye, bye, big boy. Bye, bye.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
43 is the mic, boy, 43.
Now Mills. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Mills. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I missed that one.
Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome.
Nice
but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
57 to mine. 57 to mine.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich.
They got one.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
What?
Well, now
I thought that was a
flash and dash
touchdown.
on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
57 is the mic. Watch 57.
Mack. Touchdown, Houston. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run.
These ain't give up the fight yet. Yeah, man, Quisenberry.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
His name, Fairbairn.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Look at all that space right there in that middle. Grizz, what's going on?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
You got the first.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll drop to throw. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Come on. Fix the Eagles.
Running right, here's Sanders. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here.
They just blow.
Just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Mills, he finds his man, complete. It's Jordan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I've been saying these games been tough and tough.
We talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give, running right is Mack. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mills got a man. It's Collins, complete.
And
he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Looking to throw. Mills. It's a loss of 8 there. The 1st down play.
I need some momentum, some kind of momentum, Eagle. throw a touchdown off of them 18 low. Watch this.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mills now. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, had his hands on it.
No pass in the field.
Symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
I feel an interception coming. And probably 3rd down. But Hurts, I don't know.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start by running the option to the right.
Look at this bull crap.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Houston not clamped down on their though.
He'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old
Yeah,
cliche
could have
becomes
count
true.
run.
The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. They'll go with the option, coming right. And they knew it
surprised they dropped
as
that.
he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
You. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 1st down, Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd and 5. Hurts going to keep it again.
Oh, this Hurts testing his luck.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A little drop-off pass been working for her today.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as
well. Three and go
Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They're going for it with the option right. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them.
I don't know who told Hurts he's fast enough for that.
On. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm going to get my dog bone.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston set to take over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Working out of the gun, Mills. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 42 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run with Sanders. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Grant Calcaterra taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely, and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. Just shy of the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. What a catch by Mechie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Mills throw completed to Mechie. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Five yards remain on second down. To throw, Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Mills to the air again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Mills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles force the turnover They'll take over at their own 27. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And out now come the Eagles. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action with Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down with another.
Yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts. Sanders has it over the middle. Yeah, he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. So much about offense is what you call good yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play. Run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping them from a first down. They're stopped him in his tracks. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. They'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure if they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pay that lead. Yeah, this is already wrapped up, but you're not now. You're not the coordinator. You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked them off in your headset since you keep calling plays and try to add to this lead. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, this game has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here. That's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, Greg, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play, attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get their first sack. Javon Hargrave. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they gotta have some pride here because this is the worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get to the end of this one as quickly as possible. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 7 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here. Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they're down huge in this game. And he's going to get 7 yards, and now we're after around the 33. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive, Charles. So what do you think the split will be here between run and pass? Well, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more. 87 yards rushing for him now. He's been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. But leading the fourth quarter, this is when coaches and how to rely on the running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline. Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you got to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. They'll go again with Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big game that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter. Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines. Let's close this one out. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gain 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they come back to their huddle a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. It's a 5-yard gain, but that's going to be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. I like the big display on that play because he thought it was a run. They called a huge gain. So down where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run. It's a positive play for the offense. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the action run. Almost it. And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back. They did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them. All runs on his drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Sanders. Defensively, O'Brien made the stop. That's on the drive, but not on this one. Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field. Yeah, looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call run kicks, everyone was in the right place. The Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And understandably so, not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame. And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
Oh, boy, y'all see it.